Hi, welcome to Zydoxa. And now, unfortunately, only mere days after we announced the passing of the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, we are announcing the passing of the wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, aged 71. Hulk Hogan was born Terry Jean Bollea on 11th of August 1953 and is best known for his time in the wrestling world, where he became known as Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan began his wrestling career in 1977, but became worldwide recognised when he signed for the WWF, World Wrestling Federation, in 1983. The WWF, as we know, later became WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. And in 2005, Hogan was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by Sylvester Stallone. What isn't widely known is that Hogan was of Italian, Panamanian, Scottish and French descent, which is actually quite the mix, and that he was a musician who spent a decade playing fretless bass guitar in a number of Florida-based rock bands. The one he was most knowingly linked with was a band called Ruckus. Now, after leaving Ruckus, he trained for about a year before having his first wrestling match. He also donned a mask and hood and was known at that time as the Super Destroyer. A few years later, Hogan appeared on a Memphis local talk show where he sat beside Lou Ferrigno, who played the Incredible Hulk in a TV series. And it was noticed at that time that Hogan stood taller and had bigger muscles than Ferrigno. So, as a result of this, Hogan began wrestling under the name Terry the Hulk Boulder. It was in 1979 that Hogan was first introduced to Vince McMahon, and it was McMahon who wanted an Irish wrestler, and so gave him the name Hogan. So then he became known as Hulk Hogan. And it was in 1984, after a title win, that the wrestling commentator said Hulkamania is here, which then led to Hulk Hogan start calling his fans Hulkamaniacs. Over the years, Hulk Hogan became the face of professional wrestling worldwide. He wrestled for many different wrestling companies and was also a big fan favourite. However, he wasn't only a wrestler. He ventured into acting. For example, he starred in the film Rocky III. He appeared in many commercials. He also endorsed food and drink products. His now most famous endorsement is that of Donald Trump in 2024, which in fact lost him many fans. Over his time, Hulk Hogan had 3 marriages. So in 1983, Hogan married his first wife, Linda Claridge, and they had 2 children. And it was during this marriage he started a reality show called Hogan Knows Best, which followed the family's daily life. This marriage lasted until 2007, when Linda filed for divorce, quoting infidelity as the reason. Although Hulk Hogan has always said that he never cheated on his wife. He then went on to marry Jennifer McDaniel in 2010 and later divorced her in 2022. His final marriage was to Sky Daily on the 22nd of September 2023. Since retiring as a wrestler, Hogan suffered many health problems, particularly with his back. The strain of years of heavyweight training and wrestling certainly took its toll on his body. It is known that Hogan had half a dozen procedures on his back at the laser spinal clinic, which he claimed only worsened his problems. We also know that he had spinal fusion surgery, which, although didn't cure his back problems, it did allow him to return to work and to get by day to day. In fact, only a month ago he underwent more spinal fusion surgery It's safe to say his wrestling career and training left his body ravaged, and we could see that whenever we saw him walking about on stage or just out and about in his daily life. There's other aspects of Hogan's life, like the many legal issues he was involved with, but we're not going to cover these at this time, as I feel it's not fair on his grieving family to highlight the negatives. So forward now to yesterday morning of the 24th of July 2025. Emergency services were called to Hogan's Clearwater, Florida home after he was found unconscious and unresponsive. Hogan had suffered a major cardiac arrest and was later declared deceased in hospital. Our condolences go out to his friends and family as they say their goodbyes and tributes to the wrestling legend that was Hulk Hogan. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video, and it be a more uplifting video. So bye for now.